Hi everyone, welcome back. This is going to be so much fun. This is the fourth week of Angel and the City of Glass, and thank you so much to those of you who have watched all 4 episodes. Thank you to those of you who are new. I really appreciate you watching. I am excited to continue this adventure with all of you and my wonderful players. Speaking of my wonderful players, let's go ahead and let them introduce themselves, and I'm going to have Beth go last because she's going to be doing our recap for today. So let's start with Adam.
Hello, everyone. I'm Adam. I'm playing Zumaela, holy and religious bard, guided with hymns and operatic tunes by the power of the sun, and hoping for the best amongst this gaggle of chaos. Love you guys.
Fair. All right, fantastic. Eddie.
That's where I'll live.
Hi, everyone. I'm Eddie, found on the various social medias and elsewhere at Discount Bard. Today, I am here as Izzy Leatherlung, who is the Lord of Heavy Metal and under the divine patronage of the Prince of Darkness, known as Ozzy.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Casual.
Jordan, better known as Casual Campbell. You can find me on all social medias at Casual Campbell. And I am Apollo Don, the beatboxing beastly barbarian, where I've got the muscle mass to prove, and I hit squats, so that means I also got a muscly. Anyway, I'm ready for a good day.
All right. That was a intro. All right, fantastic. My brain does not know how to process that. Anyway, let's go to Beth.
Hello, I am Beth the Bard, everywhere at It's Beth the Bard. I am playing Winifred. She is a little goblin-ish, and she is a warlock of, she doesn't know exactly who her patron is, but their family has referred to them as grandmother for generations. She is a motivational goblin and a little bit of a really bad storyteller. But yes, we are going to recap what happened last week. And what happened last week, I definitely remember all the details of. And what we did was we went to an underground kingdom and I became a whale and everyone rode my whale back. And then we went and there were sharks and we got little rings for our teeth and we put them on. And then we were like, and then swam down and there were these dolphins that were like, oh, got sword for hands, but it's cool. And then we were like, ah, and then they were like, ooh. So we went in and we talked to a prince of the under of the water and found out some cool stuff, and then went through a door that was what color door was it again? Purple door. We went through the purple door and we were confronted by big scorpion of glass or crystal, and we fought them and it was fantastic and we beat them, I think, right? We beat them.
You did beat them. I think that was a great recap. I loved it. The only thing that I think that is important to note, other than what you said, was that you did find a little baby lightning bolt.
Oh my gosh, the cutest little baby lightning bolt ever, and we're gonna keep him forever and ever.
You forgot about Baby Bolt.
I forgot about Baby Bolt, but that was because he was so cute. My brain couldn't handle it.
They're currently living in Apollo's shield, are they not?
That's right.
They are, yes.
It's Baby Bolt.
Your shield was hit with something, though.
Yes.
Your shield was hit with something,
sort of
turned a different color, and I panicked because I was like, the baby.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so you are now standing above these scorpion-like crystalline bodies, and it was one suit of armor, right?
One suit of armor.
One suit of armor.
That's what I thought. Yep, one suit of armor, 2 giant scorpion crystallic things, and the little lightning bolt does this most adorable thing. He peeks his head out of the shield and looks around to make sure everything's okay, and then hops out of the shield.
Hello, guy. You're so cute.
So, are we not going to talk about the fact that we were just completely assaulted by these gigantic crystalline scorpions?
Oh,
I
I think it's
thought-
fine. I took care of them.
Yes, I find that when there is opposition, this means we are going towards something that people do not want us to see.
I like the way you think. So, what you're saying is we should keep on going in the same direction.
Because it is leading us to the City of Glass and whatever force is keeping creative souls from their due rest.
Rob, this is as far as I could follow the lightning trail, and it's up to Baby Bolt to get us there.
We will follow as well far as they are willing to lead. They're very brave for doing this. You are very brave for doing this.
He like
We're up.
buzzes, and then as soon as he like acknowledges you and kind of goes back, and he was starting to head back to Apollo's shield, and he starts to freak out
Mm.
and kind of starts expanding and then shrinking again and expanding and shrinking again and buzzing, and little tiny bolts of electricity are kind of going off of them. And everybody make me a perception check.
Got how high my perception is.
Thank you for reminding me that I need dice to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, crazy.
I know.
When
And if it matters, my passive is 19.
Okay.
But I got a 21.
You
That'll be 17 here.
okay? Great. And Apollo, you got a 21.
21, yeah.
Okay. Winifred, you got a 15. Zubael, what did you get?
26.
Wow. Okay.
Expertises.
Got it. Okay, that's fair enough. So the only person that does not notice this is Winifred.
Makes sense.
But
makes a lot of sense, actually.
there is some sort of red hooded figure hidden behind in the alley that you just left. And they are holding some sort of rod. You can't really identify what kind of rod it is from here. But every time they move it is when the little lightning bolt continues to expand and shrink.
Apollo's probably still in shifter mode, so full on large scale. I have to roll to see how violent I'm about to be.
Since I
Let's
don't
say-
notice this thing, I'm gonna go over and try and hold little baby lightning bolt to calm them down.
Sure.
Apollo's going to run and pounce on red cloaked figure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Go ahead and make an attack.
Right. That would technically be this boy. Recklessly, because that's the only way to do things. 26.
All right. Yeah, so you like pounce right on top of him, and the rod rolls out of his hand to the opposite side of the alley. And Winifred, as soon as you walk over to the little lightning bolt and start to hold him, unbeknownst to you, it's not because you held him that he stops freaking out. But as soon as you start holding him, the rod falls out of the person's hand and he starts to calm down.
Guy, oh, you're so sweet.
What sort of device
Causality.
is this? And I'm gonna immediately chase after this fallen rod.
Okay.
Apollo's gonna hold their shield to the head of this creature and try to remove the rope with the free hands, as the shield hand is kind of grappling.
Okay. So you go to remove the cloak, and you pull it back and are almost blinded by the light that's coming from this person. And then you pull back the hood fully, and all you see is your reflection.
Damn, I punch it. I don't know if you've ever seen a dog see the reflection. There's only one or two responses: freaking out and freaking out.
Fair.
Different kinds of freaking out, sure.
Yeah.
So you punch your reflection, and it shatters.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And it was a mirror. It is kind of sitting in front of this being's face. And this human looks at you. Goes, what are you doing?
And it's this human now looking at me. It's not the reflection anymore.
Correct.
It's kind of like the mirror broke off of them, and I see a person in the room. Or
Correct.
do I recognize this person?
No, it is a human that has long brown hair, bright green eyes, and looks a little like they haven't done any work in a very long time. Like they haven't done anything besides maybe they have their loot on their side. Like they haven't really done anything in a while.
So
They also look very confused.
Apollo is still in feral mode, so Apollo's going to punch again.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack this time.
While Apollo is doing that, I'm going to take the little bolt and I'm going to go over to Zumail and I'm going to say,
Hey, this one is calmed down, but could you see if there's something wrong with them?
And
I
while
can
that's
certainly
happening, Izzy is still going after the rod.
I can certainly try, Winifred, but I feel that a pressing and violent matter is about to happen over there.
Over where?
Points
What?
to
See.
Apollo and the formerly morphed man getting punched.
Yeah, that's a
Apollo's
23.
punching someone.
Izzy, as soon as you pick up that rod, the lightning bolt gets sucked into it.
Like little baby Bolt just got sucked into it?
Correct.
wait. Okay, wait. What?
What? What? No! Get out! Get out!
Little baby.
Zumail, what happened?
And yeah, I am doing exactly that. I'm shaking this thing, trying to see if I can get it out.
And Apollo rolls a 23 to punch human face.
You definitely punch that human face and knock it straight out.
Lovely.
Excellent. Okay. It stopped moving.
The baby!
Apollo, we have lost our
I'm
electrical
trying to get it
friend.
out.
Our electrical friend has shrunk into the stick.
Oh. And Apollo's going to kind of try to reach out for the lightning rod.
Izzy is flailing about like crazy right now, trying to get this thing out.
Can I see?
Sure. Here, take it. Just, we got to get the little baby Bolt. They got to get out.
Charges left. I'm going to use another charge of my magic awareness to try to understand what this is and what happened.
Absolutely. So you will know from your magic awareness that this is some sort of trap that was created specifically for people or members, citizens of the Yellow Kingdom. Probably, most likely, to easily transport them to the City of Glass.
Do I see a way, or do I
Make an
find a way to-
investigation check.
Investigation, an intelligence skill? Damn. That's wild. Ooh, that's an 8.
You do not see a way to get that.
Can I go over and assist pulling out a special magic item I have that assists with things like investigation?
Yes, you can.
Yes, I get advantage on investigation.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna run over. Izzy, are you still swinging it around?
I believe I've handed it to Apollo. Now I'm just freaking out in place.
Yeah, Apollo's like holding it between their two large fingers because they're still in like shifter mode, holding it.
Okay, So I'll roll first, see how I actually do. Oh, with a 13, I'm gonna run over and give it to me. And I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna pull out my item, and I'm gonna just start hitting it with it. Does a
Here.
13
If you
do
need something to
anything?
hit it with, I got something even bigger. This is very sharp, and I hold my axe up, ready to smack
Don't
it down on
hurt
the
the
thing.
baby.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, shoot. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Well, luckily, Winifred, you are kind of flailing about a little bit. You do seem to shatter this glass button at the bottom of the rod,
Ah!
and that releases the baby bolt from inside the rod.
The baby's back.
Oh, thank goodness.
Paul's gonna
Welcome back,
lean
friend.
out their shield. You can stay in here if you need to.
I
It,
pick up
like-
the baby.
If it stays in my shield, it's magic. So
Where do
other
you wanna
things can't
stay?
affect it.
Do you want to stay with me, or do you want to go with the shield?
He you can't see his eyes because he doesn't have eyes. But if he did, they would get very wide. Like, I don't know, what's the correct answer here?
You're saying the shield is safer?
I mean, if it's in my shield, I can protect because nothing can hurt me, and the shield keeps me safe, so it'll be safe there.
Also, think with it that we only lost this little friend when they poked out of the shield and saw this device. It
This
was
is
sucked
also-
into the device by being let out for
mean,
a moment.
Maybe we should just ask them. Hang on, friend. Bzz, 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 bzz. Speaking
Just
absolute
like-
gibberish.
It just looks at you and bends sideways.
Would
But
speak with
they're
animals
undecided.
do anything?
It would not.
Is it-
Unfortunately.
Do you want to jump in the shield or do you want to stay out?
You could go with the shield if you feel safe there.
And it nods a little bit and flies over to the shield.
You'll be safe here.
Right.
And then it'll wrap itself around your emblem again. Not to mention that the human is still knocked out on the ground.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, it's okay because Apollo is now, once Baby Bolt's safe, is going to grab the human, pin them against a wall, up off the ground, and smack them awake.
Wait, no, I called dibs on the fingers.
We're not going to torture anyone if we don't have to.
I didn't say anything about torturing.
But now that
Hey,
you
it
mention it,
was-
are you sure? Not just a little bit?
If we don't have to.
Apollo's just pinned it
Was there
against
a
the wall.
situation where we'd have to?
If they were being uncooperative or generally not nice, then the sun can heat them up to a point where it's unbearable and they'll have to talk.
I like the way you think.
As I continue to try to wake this
Oh.
person up.
Oh, you can what? Ow!
And they are pinned against the wall at least 2 to 3 feet off the ground.
Oh yeah, they're aware.
Good morning, friend. Who are you and what is your business here?
What are you talking about? Who are you?
I'm afraid
better
we asked
talk.
first.
What are you talking about?
While they're all doing this, Izzy is going to sneak around behind them and open up the stopper from a bottle to start pouring out smoke to create a much more intimidating vision.
Why is it getting smoky? I'm so confused. Where am I?
My friend
You're-
Zubiel's gonna heat you up with the power of the sun.
It is-
If we
Please don't. I
if
don't.
we need to torture, I have a special technique that I was taught back before, and to make people say anything I need them to.
I'll say anything you need me to without being tortured. I don't know what you need me to say though.
What is your name, stranger?
My name is. I don't know my name.
Don't know your name. That's unhelpful.
Likely story.
We have ways of making you talk.
I really don't know my name. I promise. Where? How
What is
did I
the
get
last-
here?
What is the last thing you remember before being here and being Apollo handled?
I was in Faerun, and I had just gone to see one of my friends.
You must be dead too.
What?
How did the
Yeah.
meeting with your friend go? Do you remember?
No, I have no idea.
I'm sorry to say that this is the afterlife. We are no longer among the land of the living. Don't worry, it's quite nice here unless you're willing to kidnap our elemental friends.
What? I don't want to kidnap anyone.
That's good. That is in good stead.
How did
Then
I
why
get
were you
here?
doing so just a moment ago?
Because that's
What are you talking about?
You
what the-
took our baby.
that's the purpose of this device, now destroyed. Traps beings made of electrical energy.
Oh.
But-
When I punched him the first time, glass fell off.
Friend, what did you do back when you were not here?
What do you mean?
You lived in Faerun. I'm not sure where that is, but what did you do? What business did you have? What was your occupation?
I was a bard. I sang.
Apollo let them down.
Are you
Okay.
thinking that they might be of those musically talented sorts that might have been getting taken to the City of Glass?
That's exactly what I think.
What is this city of glass you're talking about?
We were hoping you could tell us.
I don't know.
Did we explain everything to him?
All I can remember are flashes of creatures.
What sort of creatures?
Creatures that should be on the land of the living, as you called it. Creatures from hell. I think I was told.
Oh, like Izzy.
Well, you know.
And his
better
eyes
me.
go really wide, and like he just stops talking.
No,
No,
Izzy
it's
is our
okay.
friend.
Hell's okay. It's got layers like a cake.
We met Cake. He was really nice.
Cake was so nice. I'm
We're
still
very
waiting for him to call me.
Strange people.
We're very hard pressed at the moment, Izzy. I'm certain they will get back to you.
Probably
I
also,
hope
I
so.
realize it's still active, so at this moment, Up would approach a California king bed, just kind of wobbling nearby.
I was wondering whether you guys were going to remember the bread.
The pillows will be kind of slapping into each other like makeshift fists, just standing nearby.
Yeah, the human that you are currently holding up goes white, very pale, and like his eyes got wider, even though you didn't think they could.
And then Apollo will set him down on the bed. Like literally just kind of drop him on, and the bed will like kind of lay itself down.
The person's just gonna lay there. They're not gonna move. They're gonna just.
Do we need to start doing your son ideal?
I don't think that's necessary, as entertaining as it might be. I'm reasonably sure that this is someone taken by glass and used to retrieve our young sparky friend.
Are
I
you
don't
sure?
even
'Cause
have any memory of it.
I have the ball bearings just in case.
That might not be necessary. Perhaps we could call the princess and they could have someone take them to crystals. So
Oh
that
right, we have these
The gems.
things here. The ocean sound makey device.
Well, that'll be for
Yes.
the Dolphin Prince, but
we could take them to the princess in the Crystal Kingdom.
as like Apollo starts chewing on the crystal that was given to us by the princess, Angel just ha.
Oh,
That's how
did
it
she
worked
say we
last
could
time.
talk to her with these?
Hello,
Did you...
can I help you?
Yes,
Here in your
princess.
Oh, okay.
It's in Apollo's head first.
Spits it out. We found another. You called those creative people who was taken by the glass, but I broke the glass. But the person's here. and they're in Purple Kingdom, and I think they need to come to you.
And all of a sudden, you all are going to start feeling this like whirling of wind beside you, and all of the smoke, Izzy, that was created is whirled up into like a tornado-esque thing, and then it is then used, and the princess appears before you.
Hi, lady.
Hey.
Amazing conjuration.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just cork the bottle.
You can have him pointing at the bed.
The guy's just laying there.
He does not remember his name, simply that he was once alive in a place called Faerun and was besieged by devils and other strange creatures and was picked up some of the mirror shards, had this over his face, and used this rod to capture a citizen from the Yellow Kingdom.
Baby.
I mean, it sounds like they came from a hell of a party, but you know.
Can I take the rod with me?
We don't think we have any need of it, do we, friends?
No.
I mean, it's broken, isn't it?
Hands it to the princess. Yes, it is broken. It is used to contain and capture energy beings from the Yellow Kingdom, but I think we broke it.
Wow.
Yes. We have no need of multi-friend capturing devices.
Well, I will take them both back, and we will study the rod and see if we can help this poor human here.
Thank you, princess.
I think you scared him.
I did no such thing. I think it was a team effort.
And the bed will stand up, kind of put the man on his feet, and use the pillows to kind of dust them off.
Oh, you got one of the beds too.
A gift from the fairies of blue.
It's proven very useful.
Very useful.
They may be waterproof.
Interesting. Can be very helpful. Intriguing. And with that, she's going to grab onto the human's arm and take the rod from you, and then they're just going to spiral up in smoke, and the smoke will fly away.
Wait, was she not going to explain anything to us? That she's just okay. Nope, she's gone. All right, cool. All right.
It's in the nature of leaders to be vague yet menacing, but she's very nice as leaders go.
Well, I guess it's gonna be up to our collective intelligence to figure out where we're going next.
Hopefully, our small sparky friend can take us.
Sparky friend. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Baby bolt, tapping on my shield. Baby bolt.
Like
Okay.
the little head of the bolt will like pop out of the shield.
Baby!
It goes back into the shield.
It's okay. If I can hear you, if you just speak through here, you can shake the shield and all that.
So he's
Our
going
brand
to
languages.
he's going to buzz, but every time he buzzes, you get a little shock through your shield.
That's about right. I'm here for it.
So now Apollo's fur is now standing on end. Yeah.
How come you get all the baby shocks?
I mean, because my shield can hold electricity without any problem of hurting me.
Well,
I can get you shocked too. I just don't know if you can take that much voltage. This is a lot.
I can take all the voltage, and I reach my hand out.
Izzy, your hair stands on end.
That's a lot of voltage.
I was told I have thick skin, which is apparently good for this.
It is.
I've got lightning energy if anybody wants more.
And I just like rub my hands together and prepare witch bolt.
I just
Huh?
Yeah, just don't use it against the scorpions. I think we should be okay.
Okay.
We'll never let you
Now
live
that
it down,
we've got
friend. I'm
that
sorry.
situated, we should probably find our way to where we're going next.
Try and keep that register, Izzy. It may be useful for a particularly somber track on your new album.
Excellent.
We just need to find the way that Baby Bull escaped. We have to head back to where the scorpions were, and then I can try to find the path from there.
Let's go. Let's do that.
You are in the alley, probably 30 feet from where the scorpions were. So
I go
I'm gonna head
stomp
over.
on their corpse.
Is that red cloak still around somewhere?
the red cloak. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go look for that.
It's just on the ground right where Izzy knocked the dude out.
Yeah,
Or
Apollo just ripped
Apollo.
it off of him. Just
Yeah.
like, nope, you don't need this.
Gonna go ahead and just save that for later here. There we are.
I was half expecting you to sort of just throw it around you and then just let it sort of like through all the spikes.
Right? Just
Well, you know, I figured I don't want to ruin my already perfect decorum, but I'll definitely save it for later.
Yeah.
There.
so from this point of being near the fallen bodies, I'm gonna use another charge of my magic awareness to, if there's any of the residual magic of this glass, to find where it's strongest concentrated elsewhere. Basically trying to correlate the 2 points.
Sure. So you don't really see too much of like the lightning energy anywhere. But a little lightning bolt as soon as you do this. With your magic awareness, he kind of shows you the image of the glass doors he left through. And he shows you the alley beside it, or the alley that holds it and contains it, and how to get into it. As it is hidden behind a shop that sells glass wares.
So can Apollo determine a path to get to where that might be? Like, have we seen it when we were walking by earlier at any point?
So you haven't seen it yet. But it is definitely one of the more prominent shops that are here.
So Apollo is going to do what any normal creature would do of a type. Sense this, use this, and run. Full speed, looking for this prominent shop. On all fours.
Okay, bye.
Not again.
Apollo just left us.
Well, we
Wait.
better keep running.
Okay.
I'd offer to lift you, but I'm not strong enough. I'm deeply sorry.
I'll lift you.
Can I attempt to lift Zumail up?
Make a strength check or athletics if it would be better.
I'll work.
Strength. Oh, strength is up there, of course, obviously. Oh yeah, we're gonna go athletics.
Can hover. Delightful.
Oh, that's a 6.
Oh, you like lift one of Zumael's legs.
So
I'm gonna
you know
start
what's-
running with that leg.
It's funny you say that, because what happens as you do that, the California King sweeps through and has a default strength of 18 and should just be able to sweep through and pick you up. And it has a hover, so it'll just be hovering, following behind.
Well, now all
So,
three of you are
Grab
on.
Zumail's leg, pull Zumail, mattress, hovering,
Scoop
magic
you up.
carpet. Is that what I'm
Yes.
getting? Okay.
Mhm.
Grab
So in
Izzy on the way.
in the Arabian Nights, those heroes got the flying carpet. We've got the hovering bed.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We will
it's
find
bed
a
knobs and
glass
bards.
door.
This must be the wildest sight, watching as this like large wolf-like creature's running and 3 people are just on a bed that's hovering through the streets.
Mhm. Everybody is terrified.
Sumail will very casually just keep eating those white chocolate and raspberry cookies from the lunchbox. It's just because it's deep fulfilling. Because
Oh, yeah.
everything's
Floating on through hell on a flying deathbed.
oh.
Perfect. So it takes you about probably 15 minutes, Apollo, to find it. After running, and you're probably a little bit out of breath. For after running that fast for a little while.
No, probably, definitely.
And it you stand in front of this building that is very large, larger than a lot of the buildings that are here. And the title, the name on the sign that hangs above the door is just Wares of Glass. And this building is what you can tell as much newer than the rest of the buildings around here. However, nobody seems to take notice. What would you like to do?
Apollo enters. No
Hmm.
hesitation.
Okay.
Zumail enters right behind.
But as we're going in, Apollo will... 'cause I believe, how long has it been since we fought?
Probably half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, to be safe, Apollo will shrink the bed, which will go back into their pouch. Yep, you just get
What
dropped.
gives?
It's always a displeasure to get out of the bed when the sun rises.
And with that, Apollo and Zumaya, I believe, are first to enter.
Absolutely. So you entered this shop, and everything in here, there are panes of glass, there are windows, there are doors made of glass. Everything in here is made out of some sort of glass, and it's all of different colors. And the owner, there's a desk at the very front of this, or the very, I guess, the front, the back, whichever side you want to call it. The front of the room you are in, the back of the actual shop. There's a desk kind of island area that holds a bunch of little glass sculptures on top of it, and then inside of like the showcase area. There's nobody at the desk currently, but anything that you could imagine in here is here and made of glass.
Is there a bell on the desk?
Yes.
I ring the bell.
And while it's being ringed, does Apollo remember where to the alleyway behind through the store, or do I just remember it's behind the store and I don't have a path that leads there?
You do not have a path that leads there.
Got it.
Just have an idea of how to get there.
And this building, it's made of metal, I would assume, like everything else.
Yes.
How strong does metal look?
Very strong.
Got it. Okay. We'll carry on.
Which is odd, because almost everything in this kingdom is made out of metal. There hasn't been really any windows in the buildings besides maybe holes cut through the metal, because there's not really any bugs, and not any pests or anything like that. And so it is very odd to have a glass shop here in the kingdom.
I'm going to look for like a little green vase or any type of, you said there was glass in different colors. I'm going to look for something that's green.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at my party and I'm going to pluck it off the shelf and pocket it.
All right. You can have, you want a vase? Do you want like a sculpture? Do you want a picture
Sculpture.
frame? You want a sculpture? All right. So you grab a sculpture. And you put it into your bag.
I ring the bell again.
Okay, you ring the bell again, and this time, this little old lady hobbles out. She's walking on a staff made of glass, which is very ineffective, by the way. She is walking out in the cane of glass, and she says, What can I do to help you folks?
A human lady?
First of all, that cane seems very expensive and ineffective, and it's gorgeous.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Apollo doesn't trust her.
Fair.
Yeah, as Apollo is fur turns white.
Okay.
So,
Very cool.
Greetings, shopkeeper.
what kind of a shop is this?
It is a wares of glass shop. Not many people here can see it. I'm surprised you made it in.
Casting Dispel Magic on her.
You will have to roll.
Yeah, I'm aware. All right.
Are you aware of glass?
I'm aware that I don't trust glass, and I don't trust glass. Glass
That's
makes
fair.
me nervous now.
I was making a pun because the shop's name is Wares of Glass, but
Beware of glass. Haha. That is. Oh wait, dispel is a. What do I add for dispel?
I think it's
Spellcasting.
Constitution.
Hmm?
Or is it spellcasting? I'm not sure which one.
It's plus spellcasting ability. Okay, so that's a 21.
So you guys dispel magic on her, and she starts to change into this older or younger, sorry, wrong word. She was this older woman. She's changing into this younger woman, who is much taller, stands straighter. Her skin is red, but she looks human otherwise. Oh, interesting trick.
I learned if things are near glass, well, then it's a lie.
Oh, well, I can assure you that we're not a lie here. I just find that people don't necessarily like to be in the presence of someone of my kind, even though we're
And
not
what
dangerous.
would that be exactly?
My kind.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. We are unfamiliar with it.
It is something not many people are familiar with.
Why would you choose to sell glass in a place made of metal?
Because everyone needs a little bit of variety in their life.
But this is a place of metal. Very little glass of anything like it is here. It's very unusual. How did you even come across it?
Well, I created it.
I'm gonna come up to the counter and just put my fingers on it and then like slowly come up and make eye contact with her. And then I'm going to, under my breath, like kind of grab my necklace and go, Dalar Mak, and cast Detect Thoughts.
Ooh.
Okay, tell me what I have to do.
Just as for the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast the spell, and as your action on each turn until you can focus your mind on any one creature within 30 feet. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is on its mind most at the moment. As an action, you can shift your attention, probe deeper into the same creature's mind. Blah, blah, blah. If I probe deeper, target must make a wisdom savings throw.
Okay. So as soon as you cast that, she says, "Welcome, little one."
Ah!
And that was just like in her mind.
Yeah. I know you're here. Thank you for coming.
I'm gonna probe deeper.
Okay.
Save DC of 17.
You don't feel any resistance.
Ooh.
I hope you understand. I'm not trying to hurt you.
Where's the door?
Which door?
Ugh.
She's not thinking anything about a door, nothing.
Oh, she's thinking thoughts about many doors. She has learned to control her thoughts. She has not thought about the door that you are looking for, though.
Excuse me, lady. We need to get to the City of Glass, so can you just show us the door?
City of Glass? I don't know how to get there.
Apollo's fur starts to turn red. I'm gonna ask again, because I made a promise. I need to know where the door is.
I mean, I have the door out, and I have my back door, but neither of those leads to another city. They just lead further into the kingdom. Winifred, you can sense thoughts of glee.
Like she's happily toying with us kind of glee.
So
I'm going to-
Apollo does grab the lady and pin her against a wall, assuming she doesn't resist.
Yeah. She's leaning up against the wall. I don't think you want to do that.
I think it's in the best interest of a lady who sells glass to be clear with us.
Wait, I have an idea.
Apollo, oh, go ahead.
Grab something off the shelf and I go,
Tell us where it is.
smash.
And she just grins. Little one, you might want to check what you have in your satchel.
I pull it out.
It is a figurine that looks exactly like you,
Oh my god, it's so cute. Wait a minute.
but it is grinning, goblin-like.
So Apollo has her pinned to a wall, right?
Mhm.
And all the walls are made of metal, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast heat metal on that part of the wall.
Oh.
Okay.
And to my understanding, technically, she's pinned against the wall, but she could try to make the con save, but she can't because she's pinned against the wall.
Correct. She doesn't react. And then she winks at you. And your hand goes through her neck and is now pinned itself against the heat metal. And she is gone.
Okay, so she was an old lady, now she's not, and now she's playing disappearing acts on us here. We're clearly in the house of a magician.
Can I sit with my tome and commune with my patron to get I don't know if this is like an actual thing I can do. Wait a minute. No, maybe.
Yeah, I'm out of a magic awarenesses, so
I want-
literally I can't.
What am oh my gosh. Is there a feature for this? Is there a feature? Can I like ask my patron if this was a hag?
Sure. You can absolutely do that.
I grab my tome, I sit down, I put my Winifred statue back in my bag because I think it's the coolest thing ever. And then I go into like this deep, like I pull out these little bones, I throw them on my tome, and I'm like using like multiple spell casting focuses, and I just go into like this deep conversation in Sylvan, trying to reach her.
Winifred, if you can avoid it, do not continue on this adventure. It will only lead in pain for you.
But grandmother, we have to.
She is not who you think she is.
Is she like you?
Not in the ways you think. She's much more powerful than you think she is.
Is there I have to do this? Is there anything you recommend to maybe do it not die again?
Well, to understand how to defeat her, you must first understand where she came from.
how do I do that? Are you able to do how?
You will understand as soon as you get into the city of glass.
Defeat her, find out where she came from, get to the city of glass. Okay, I thank
Don't-
you.
Don't let them don't let them confuse you. Make sure you are focused on helping your party and not just yourself. If you become too focused on yourself, you will do exactly what they want you to do.
Okay, thank you, grandmother.
And I put away my bones and I close my book and I say,
We have to. She's really powerful. We have to defeat her. We have to figure out where she came from. We have to get into the city of glass, and we have to work really hard on working as a team. And if we stop working as a team, um, they're gonna get us.
So we're at another dead end again. We still need to figure out how to get into the city of glass.
I feel that this place we are in is very important for that.
Apollo
Need to-
is heading to the very back, the most back area, and finding a very nice wall.
Okay, so Apollo, as soon as you try and go through the back door, which is where she said was her second door in her shop, and which is where she came from, it doesn't feel like there's anything there.
Like I can't grab the door,
Correct.
punch the wall where the door should be.
It feels like you're punching glass.
Okay. And Apollo is going to then re-largen into the full 10-foot lichen style, fur still red, turning more crimson, and start assaulting this wall door glass space.
So you start punching it and punching it and punching it, and typically there you would feel the cracking of glass, and you would feel the difference in where you have been punching and you don't. You do not think that your attacking of this door is making a difference.
Apollo setting a wall.
Hmm.
Yeah, the problem is, either way I went large, so I have to activate my wild magic. So
oh yeah.
Oh, yay.
Oh, are we breaking things?
Yes. Yes, Izzy, we are breaking things.
Yes.
A wall is not a wall.
there we go.
To assist in Apollo's devastation of the back door, Izzy is going to start strumming on his guitar really, really fast, like full on speed strumming to the point at which the guitar itself starts vibrating with a booming energy. And Izzy is going to swing his axe over his head and smack it at the door.
You smack it at the door, and you hear. Imagine, you know how you felt when you were testing the acoustics in the crystalline castle.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds the exact opposite of that.
So Apollo's still hitting, and my wild magic. My weapon is now made of force damage instead,
Yep, and is throwable.
and is throwable, so I can yeet my knuckles. Yeah, my brass knuckles is my best friends. Mhm. Just, I'm assuming the force damage doesn't change anything on this glass.
No, it does. It almost like reverberates back to you. And once you hit it with that force damage, I need you to make me dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's fun.
Was there any response to the thunder damage?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Except for the
it's-
fact that a few of the glass things around it did shatter.
That's a 26.
You definitely make it. So you are able to jump out of the way as this glass door takes the force energy that you have just thrown at it and thrown it back at you.
Hmm. See, Apollo's still raging, so the only logical thing is to hit something else. So Apollo's gonna literally glide along this wall and keep punching until it feels different. Determine if like this whole only that door space feels like glass, or if the entire back wall feels like glass.
It is only the door space.
That's right, Apollo. Clearly, the solution is we just need to hit it harder.
You shatter more things inside of the shop.
Yeah, Apollo's punching everything that's made of glass at this point.
That would be everything inside of the shop except for the actual shop.
Well, you know what they say about a bull in a china shop. Welcome to a shifter in a glass shop.
Is
So
there
Go ahead, Zuma.
is there an upstairs? Is there like a staircase leading somewhere else in the building?
There actually is. There is a staircase on the opposite side of the door. So like the door is here and the staircase is on this side.
Please don't destroy the wall so that we lose structural integrity. Winifred, you want to go snoop through a strange lady's things?
Absolutely.
I thought you would after me, and I'd leave Winifred up the stairs.
Yeah.
And out of curiosity, was I able to
Apollo,
dent the
do
metal?
not stop destroying everything.
Did I
You
dent any
dented-
metal?
Surround
Oh,
it.
absolutely. You dented all of the walls, and Izzy and you have destroyed a lot of the glass things down here.
And we're gonna continue doing that while they investigate.
Pretty much.
What do we
Yeah,
see?
just full on. You're just hearing.
I am. Dun, dun.
You go upstairs, and the upstairs is basically one room like it is downstairs. And it doesn't even have any, like, it has one door on it, but this door actually opens and isn't locked. And you walk into this room, and all of the walls are bookcases, but all of the books look like they're made of glass. And there's one bed, but this bed looks normal.
Boo, boring. I don't go anywhere for non-magical beds. A hard pass.
So,
and then there
Oh.
is a small cat sitting on the bed.
Zubael, are you okay with it if I like touch all of the books and see if we can get a secret passageway?
Yes, I was about to say that a secret passageway is exactly what you'd expect behind a bunch of books. By all means, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it the creepiest way possible, and I'm just gonna spider climb up the wall,
Oh,
like
there you
across
go.
the ceiling, and then upside down, just start like pulling on every single one of the books and just keep working my way around,
So
spider
you-
climbing and pulling books.
You pull all of the books, and most of them fall to the floor, but they don't shatter. These books, they do fall open. A couple of them, like crack, but nothing like too damaging. And all of the books, the insides, their pages look to be made of like thin sheets of glass that like feel like paper pages. And they have writing written on them engraved in the glass. And you pull all of the books down,
Every single one.
every single one of them, and there is only one left. And this book was hidden behind the top right shelf of the top left corner, and it is not made of glass.
I grab it.
You grab it. It is a very familiar feel to you.
So none of the books do anything, does it, Winifred?
The what?
None of the books did anything?
None of the books did anything, but look at this one. It looks really different and it feels very familiar.
Why does it feel familiar? Is it like just because it's a regular book?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Zumael, what race are you again?
Asimo?
Okay. you're the only one that recognizes this feel, Winifred. It is the very familiar feel of human skin.
I don't drop it, but I sort of go like, just sort of like hold the tips of the corners by like fingers and.
That's person.
Yes, this is person, Winifred. It's. I will look past how. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
I just
It is
wanted to
book. It
make
is not
sure.
jerky. Do not chew the books. That is the first thing they teach you in school.
Okay. What's
I'm not
inside
sure.
it?
I'm not sure Winifred went to school.
Goblin school. Actually, no, they probably did teach you to chew the
It
books.
was
Books in goblin school.
homeschool.
To all books.
So you open the book, and it looks to be a diary.
Can I read it?
All of the pages look to be made of different creatures' skin.
Ooh. What's this one? What is it? What is it?
The first one is elf, dwarf, gnome. Then there is Asimar, goblin.
That's a lot of people. You see this, Zumail? There's like
Yes, I'm seeing
like
this.
goblin and elf and Azamar and like. Can I see what it says on the pages?
Yeah.
There are pages, mostly talking about. It mentions someone, and she says, "Father did not want me to try and make this conquest, but I decided that it was best for the kingdom." And then detailing how she created the city of glass.
Is this all written in like common?
It's all written in the language of the skin that is used on the page.
Okay, so like I turn some of the pages and I'm like,
I don't know what this one says. This one says something about.
Allow me, Winifred, please. I just need to get past touching dead skin.
Here,
And
I'll hold
cast
it. I'll hold it up for you.
Thank you. And I'll cast comprehend languages, in which, with reading, you pass your fingers over the writing. So slowly but surely, Zumail can read the whole thing.
Touch that skin.
I don't want to, unless it's been well pulped. But then it would just feel like papyrus. But even then, that's still icky.
Oh, it has definitely not been. It's been well
It's
tanned,
icky.
but it's icky.
Yay!
It's definitely icky.
That's a lot of. So this lady made the city of glass.
It would seem so. Yes.
We totally just had her.
I'm certain we'll see her again. She
That
knows
was like.
us.
That was the big bad.
Big
And
bad.
she got away from us.
Then
Yeah,
again,
don't you read stories? There's always a big bad.
I read parables and religious stories, but in any case, the
There's
big
big
bad.
bads of those too.
There are quite big bads in those, but those big bads recur to continually test the heroes. So I'm certain we
Oh,
will
so
see
she'll
her.
be back.
Yes, we will see her again.
I'm keeping a journal.
Do not chew it. It is evidence. It is not jerky.
That's fine.
Depends on who you ask.
It's not jerky now.
Oh, they're still beating everything up downstairs. Should it's like really loud and should we get them show them this?
Yes, we'll give them a break from their wall beating so that we can show them what we've found. Before we do, just for knowing, it mentioned the king. What was the deals around that?
It mentioned her father.
Oh, her father. Right.
Yes, and she said father, and then in one page, the very first one, which was in common, she said father, or my father the king, and then didn't go into
Much other detail.
no other detail about what he is king of or anything of that nature.
Right,
And
let's go show the friends our discovery.
Yeah, you go get them. I'm gonna charm this cat.
and I just turn around and I cast animal friendship on the cat.
Oh, the cat's already up against your leg.
Oh,
I thought it was the woman in disguise. I pick the cat up and I go with Zumail to get the others.
And now, are you holding the cat properly, or are you okay? You're holding the cat properly. I was expecting you to be like,
Well, like, yeah, I've got her, you know, kind of by the tail and the back legs and just like under my armpit and kind of dangling down.
Cat.
I got the kitty. Let's go get the puppy.
Cats and dogs. So you head downstairs. And as soon as Zumael, you step off the stairs with the journal, the stairs disappear. And Winifred, you fall to the floor. Thud.
I hold the cat up so I don't fall on the cat.
I'll never give a damn about my bad reputation. What just happened there?
And it's been more than a minute since we started breaking things, right?
Oh yeah.
So my rage would have ended, and at the end, I would have sat in front of the glass. It's the glass reflective for me. Is it like I can feel the glass, but I can't see the glass.
You can feel the glass, but you can't see the glass.
So like I'm gonna sit with my back to the glass, and I'm going to, as I'm sitting there pondering as my rage is ending, just, making the beat that rewinds, and it'll craft a mirror in front of me.
Okay. So
did you run out of glass things to break?
I think we did.
Yes, everything in this shop besides the glass door has been broken.
If the mirror, with my back to the glass and in front of the mirror, does the mirror reveal anything different than what I saw?
So, yes, actually. You look into the mirror, and all of behind you is this gigantic white glass door with golden handles and a golden door frame.
What?
And Apollo is going to reach for, I'm going to reach for my own mirror. Can I, like, since my mirror is also magical, or no, it's a non-magical because I haven't done anything in return. Can I, like, reach through my mirror, or is it like if I touch my mirror, I feel only my mirror?
You feel only your mirror. However, I'm not sure if you've seen the thing where if your fingers touch in the mirror, it's see-through.
yeah.
If they don't touch, nobody's on the other side. Yeah. Your fingers definitely, your hand touches your hand on the mirror.
And that means there's something to the other side.
Correct.
It's a two-way. It's a
two-way mirror.
Two-way mirror. So you can't see through, but they can see through. Yeah.
Right.
Like Apollo is going to kind of like place just a full palm on there, and I'm going to kind of brace it and try to push through.
You just start pushing over the mirror.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to reach for staring at the mirror, I'm going to reach for the door behind me. Try to...
You can feel the handle, but it is certainly locked.
And Apollo's just going to sit in front of the mirror now and just stuck in this moment.
That is, as when you are casting the mirror, is when Zumael and Winifred come down, and you hear Winifred go thud, and the cat go meow.
Do I take any damage from falling on a bunch of broken glass?
No, you weren't on top of the broken glass. There was no glass situated with where the
Is Zumiel also falling?
Mm-mm. He as soon as he stepped off of the staircase disappeared.
Being mid power pose when hearing Winifred all of a sudden yelp, is he's going to look up and then run in the direction of the yell.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's only a few feet, and you run over there, and she's on the ground with this bright orange cat in her hand.
I see
We
you made a
found-
friend, and what happened?
We found the owner of the store's books collection, strange glass books, except for this one, which is made out of the skin of many dead people. It's evident that this entity created the City of Glass to impress, spite, or something her father. And then the
Just
rest
give
of the
us any information on how to get into it?
It was just comings and goings about
You
the
did
city
only get a
itself.
few pages in. You have not read the entire thing.
It's quite densely written by a very self-involved person. It's going to take a bit more reading for me to get there, but I have rituals to be able to know languages, so I will read it accordingly once I get past the fact that it's made of dead person skin. But that's neither here nor there.
We might be able to have this conversation a little easier if you're up here. Here, climb up this. And Izzy is going to extend his axe down, sharp side down.
Wait, where are they?
Yeah, we're all on the ground floor.
Yeah, you're all. On
Oh,
the
I
ground
thought you
floor.
fell. Oh, sorry. I thought you fell into a hole.
No, they're all on the ground floor with you.
That makes a lot more sense. So then just, oh, okay. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Asserting dominance. I respect it. So there was no effort, there was no success in breaking things down, was there?
Well, there was lots of success in breaking things down, but if you're asking if it got us anywhere, nothing beyond immense satisfaction.
You
That's a
messed
reward in
up the
itself.
store.
That's a reward in itself. You should be happy with that.
Very
No,
much
the
so.
taste of
Although our percussive friend seems to be pondering something. I'm not quite sure
Yes,
what's
I was-
going on over there.
And their fur is a vibrant yellow.
I was about to say they look like that in deep meditation. The yellow is a comforting color for me personally, but I'm not sure how that feels for them.
What are you doing with the cat, Winifred?
I've shoved her in my bag.
Okay.
That checks out.
The cat is inside the bag and now has something in her mouth, and she just has poked her head outside of it.
Hi, kitty. Get back in there. That's not safe.
And she's gonna like spit the glass sculpture that was in your bag.
Can I catch it?
To the floor.
Can I catch it?
You can make a dexterity saving.
Oh my
throw,
gosh.
fine.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Ah! 25.
You are able to catch it.
Ha!
Except for
That's
this time.
mine.
Except for this time, the sculpture now has a mini cat sticking out of its bag.
Oh my god, this is just the coolest little sculpture ever.
I'm gonna put it in the other side of whatever I have on me. Pat the kitty.
Perfect. All
Are
right.
there? You guys broke everything in the shop, didn't you? Like everything.
Nothing standing. We broke everything.
Ah,
The glass has literally become sand at this point.
I will not look for little statues of you guys then.
I
mean-
wanted to, but I feel like they're probably gone.
Yeah.
We left a rock star and a percussive expert in a room full of glass alone. Have you seen hotel rooms?
Zumael, are you continuing to read through?
Yeah, the
okay.
comprehend language is still lost for a while, so
Perfect.
yeah.
So you continue to read through, and you get about halfway through the book. It's still going through different skins of different races. And you get to a place where there's a little divot in the book, almost as if it was hiding something. You turn the page, and inside the little divot of the book, there are statues of you, Apollo, and Izzy. And on the page to the back of it is the word plethla ghosts.
All right.
Is someone making merchandise of us?
What do you got there, Zumael?
Well, it's a little me and a little Izzy. Apollo, I hate to disrupt your meditation, but I have a glass statue of you if you would like it.
Apollo's fixated, just in this reflective moment.
Just gonna sort of leave it like by their haunches, sort of like in view, but not disrupting the zone that they're in. And it's got the name of the fourth hell that we would go to if we die here, Phlegethos.
And Apollo's gonna start like revealing their own items that they've acquired in front of the mirror. Just put the shell that we got from the dolphin, the ring that goes on the teeth in front of the crystal from the end. It's just contemplating all the items. They're all pulled out one by one.
What are you doing with the crystal necklace?
Specifically, as things come up, each one is being held in front of the mirror, but giving enough space for the mirror and the glass door, kind of like that that mirror reflection moment.
The bigger question there was, were you taking it off?
No, this is more like being held up.
Okay, got it.
Did you say fillet a ghost?
Legathos? Or Flay Ghost? Or was it the hell?
No, I definitely said the fourth layer of hell, but I was answering Winifred as if it was a yes.
Oh yeah, no,
Filleting a ghost sounds
I know,
incredibly metal.
but she is like fillet a ghost.
If it's an easy way to remember a very not nice, very cold part of the hells, then yes.
Paul's gonna be stupid. Am I gonna be stupid? Oh, I'm gonna be stupid.
What are you doing?
Apollo.
Stupid, I think.
Yeah. To further investigate, we'll remove the necklace.
You remove the necklace, and everything disappears. You are now sitting in a blank plot of land in the middle of the Purple Kingdom. There's no more glass shop. There's no more shattered glass. There's no more Winifred, Izzy, and Zumael. There's only you and the items you put out in front of you. And there's no more mirror.
And I'm not in the metal area. Like it's still the metal area and all that.
You're still in the middle area, but there's no building around you.
However, if I look where this glass door was, do I see like this alleyway?
No. You see an alleyway, but you don't see a door. However, you do have a clear sight of the City of Glass.
And it's towards the direction where the glass was.
It is very close.
And yeah, Apollo's going to gather the items, but not put on the crystal. Just kind of put everything back in their bag and kind of take a few steps towards the city.
Do we see Apollo disappear?
I was literally about
You
to
see
ask that.
Apollo disappear, but you don't see him outside.
So like Apollo just poof.
Yep.
I'm gonna go jump on the poof spot.
No!
You jump on the poof spot and you land on the ground with a meow from your bag as it goes.
With what happens to me, does the mirror I create stay?
It stays where Winifred is now.
Okay. So like I don't see my mirror yet either.
Correct.
Not
You
again.
lost Apollo.
This is how I lost my last drummer.
They vanished. Apollo, do you hear us, friend?
Apollo.
If you can hear us, say absolutely nothing 3 times.
Absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing.
Like that.
What were they doing? What were they doing before they disappeared? Did they touch something? What did they do?
Meditating and taking items from their bag, and I think they were taking off these.
Immediately, as soon as you said taking items out of their bag, Izzy is instantly going to take their sack and start dumping everything out of it onto the floor.
Now everything is on the floor.
Apollo would still
Well, that
be
didn't do
walking towards
anything.
the city.
You were still walking towards the city. There is a wall of purple energy between you and the city. And no doors.
Apollo's going to try to touch the wall.
It gives you the feeling of purple, so for you specifically, it'll correspond with the color on your color wheel.
Oh.
So any colors that you have interacted with, it corresponds with the color on your color wheel.
Okay. So Apollo is going to feel determined and try to put hand through it.
You put your hand through it, And it's not very hard. You don't have too much resistance. But until your full body is inside the wall of energy, and then you can't get further out. You can get back the way you came, but you can't get further out.
So I can push through the purple, but can't get any further than that.
Correct.
Do I see anything past the purple?
You see a bunch of clouds and a bunch of like colorless things.
Paul's gonna try to put the necklace back on.
You put the necklace back on, and you show up back in the shop, but on the other side of the door.
And everybody, I guess, depending on how sound works, Apollo's gonna knock on that door.
You'll hear everybody else will hear the knocking coming from the door.
Hello?
Go to the door, jiggle the handle.
Is he?
Oh my
Well-
god, they're trapped on the other side of the door! I start smacking it with my axe.
Izzy, take off the necklace.
Hold. Apollo, are
What
you
did I
sure?
have for breakfast?
No,
And Apollo's
these.
gonna scan the room just real quick, just to.
You are in a completely colorless room.
What did Apollo
Except
say?
for
They asked me what I had for breakfast. That was kind of strange.
the answer is the same thing Apollo had for breakfast.
Stuff with the fairies, yeah.
And in this room, there are a bunch of mirrors. But instead of being like large mirrors, they're little circular ones, about as big as a regular face. And they're all stacked next to each other.
Yep, and then Apollo is once more to the door. To take off the necklace, and I can't. You'll see. And then Apollo will take off their necklace again.
Okay, you take off your necklace again, Apollo, and you are still inside of the purple energy.
And I can come back, you said, like kind of the other side. Right? So yeah, I'll come back to the other side, and Apollo will just kind of stand there.
Ah!
In the other realm side thing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Apollo's in the
So-
other realm area, waiting, necklace off.
Is anybody else taking their necklace off?
Hesitantly, well.
Okay, so you take your necklace off, and you reappear right next to Apollo in the same situation he was in, or they were in.
Friend, hello.
Hi.
Was off.
Winifred,
Hello.
you are right next to Zumael and Apollo. Izzy, you are currently by
Izzy.
yourself.
You just saw us vanish.
Okay.
So you take your necklace off and you appear right next to them.
Back again. Good. Good.
And then Apollo's going to make their way towards the purple energy. This way.
Should we feel concerned about the woman that gave us these necklaces that made it hard to find things?
I hope not.
Cool.
So you walk into the purple energy, Apollo, and your whole body is kind of enveloped in this wall of purple energy.
Do I feel anything because I'm holding the crystal in my hand? Do I feel any resistance or anything from the crystal itself?
Mm-hmm. Your hand that the crystal is in can go through to the other side of the purple energy.
So I can push even further using that hand.
Correct. But only that hand, and as soon as it passes through, none of the rest of you can go through.
I don't know. can't figure a way to get through it. So look back at everyone.
Do you tell them about what happens if you put your...
Everyone, follow. And then Apollo will, on the other side of purple, will put it back on.
Back on.
We're putting these back on now?
You have to walk into the purple first, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, everyone's that. Did I do this too soon? Hang on. What? Where are we? How do I?
So everybody is suspended in the purple, and then once they put their necklaces back on, they disappear again. But this time, there you are all appear in this colorless room with a lot of bright light that is somehow colorless. You can't really describe it. It's just allowing you to see. And all of these like rows and rows and columns of mirrors. Like I said, about as big as a human face, and then there's some that are smaller, some that are as small as fairies, some that are as big as Apollo when they are in shifter form.
Is this a gig we didn't know we signed up for?
Our entire adventure here has been a gig we did not know we signed up for.
And Apollo's
Valiant point.
Apollo's still in this weird like trance situation is going to go to one of the mirrors and just do as usual, try to poke at it.
So you poke at it and it lights up. And it starts to float in front of you. And as soon as it covers your face, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's fun. That's definitely something I can do.
Adam knew. I presume I was about to get up.
Natural 20, 22.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you start to feel yourself become completely obsessed with yourself. And then as soon as you make that wisdom saving throw, you shake it off, and the mirror, the glow goes away and it falls to the floor and shatters.
I don't know. If we take them off, I can see the city, but I can't make it because I can't get through the wall. In this room, I don't know. I don't get it.
I mean, there are an awful lot of mirrors here, Poke.
As soon as you poke it, it flies in front of you, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good.
Please be in that one.
Not quite. You were close. It was a 2 on the die, which comes out to a 7.
So you feel yourself, Ozzy, become completely and utterly obsessed with yourself and your abilities. So it's using your own hubris against you. And you are unable to see anything around you besides yourself in the mirror.
So not much has changed.
No.
Do we see anything out of place as Izzy does this?
Well, you can see Izzy with a mirror in front of them. And basically talking to themselves.
Apollo's gonna do what Apollo does best. I'm gonna punch that mirror.
You punch the mirror, and the mirror shatters, and Izzy reverts back to normal.
You were looking at that mirror pretty intense like there, Izzy.
Yeah. There was something absolutely gorgeous in it. I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Modesty will get you somewhere.
Wait, my grandmother said we're supposed to specifically not focus on ourselves because if we do, we won't be able to get to the place and they'll win. They want us to do that. So this is part of a trap. This is like
a test.
This is a red herring.
What does fish have to do with this?
I'm just very hungry.
But
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
been a
focus
while
on
since the last time we
ourselves?
ate. Here, have some cake. And
Yes.
I give you a cookie cake. Or what do we call them? Hell cakes?
Okay.
Yeah, the
Hell
hell
cakes.
Yeah, Apollo's fur is going to turn black. So if we don't focus on ourselves, how do we get further?
Yes, we need the way.
Probably by not. Oh, what, Zumio?
We need the way forward. So you think focusing on not something?
Or do we just need to push each other through?
All the mirrors you said are about face size, right?
Yes.
Do we just break all the mirrors? Do we need the mirrors?
I'm game for that.
I'm sure you are.
I back away so that Izzy can smash.
Well, the one that has been broken already, or the one that Apollo broke through the save and the punch, the glass just drops to the ground and actually hits the floor.
It actually hits the floor, but it disappears after it hits the floor. And new mirrors reappear in the places that they were. At this, the cat, Winifred, inside your bag is going to hop outside of the bag and like march around a little bit, and then is going to walk straight up, and is going to walk straight up to the door and go meow, and then the door opens and it walks straight through, and then it closes.
I'm gonna try to follow Kitty.
Yeah, we will. I'd like to try to follow Winnie following Kitty.
Izzy is going to walk right up to the door and precisely mimic the cat's meow.
Go ahead and make me a performance check.
That will be a 15.
The door starts to open, and then almost as if rethinking its decision, it closes again.
That was a stellar performance, and you know it.
So Apollo
So we-
kind of tries to pull or push the door, whichever direction was.
It opens out. So everybody go ahead and make me an insight check.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Inside the door.
Ooh. That's a natural 20 for 25.
Okay.
We're just gonna say that Winifred is not insightful.
Okay.
We can agree on that one.
Yep. All right. So, Izzy, what did you get?
15.
Okay. Zumael?
22.
Nice. So, all but Winifred will understand and kind of, from the interaction of the cat and the door, that the cat was saying something in its own language to the door that made the door open.
So because I don't know this, I'm just gonna go like
Out of-
banging on the door and like,
Just let me in. Give me my kitty back.
Out of curiosity, just because this is me just remembering, has it been an hour since Zumael found the book upstairs?
Yeah, I was about to ask the exact same thing.
It has not been.
So I knew what the cats. No, because comprehend languages isn't speak with animals. Unless comprehend languages works, because this is the afterlife and we can all roughly understand each other.
No. However, you won't understand exactly what the cat said. However, it feels familiar to you. What it said feels familiar to you.
Open.
Password.
The door like laughs.
Please?
What are you guys trying?
The cat spoke a password to the door and was admitted to the next side. We need to do the same.
Meow.
Glass.
No, we have to try this again. Meow.
Or a performance check with advantage because everyone is doing it.
Meow.
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 Wow.
The better of the two will come out to a 22.
The door opens.
What?
We have sung the song of our people. Proceed.
And Izzy, as soon as you step through, the door immediately slams shut.
Oh no!
It's Apollo, open it. You're stronger than all of us.
Catch the cat!
Izzy, however, You can open it from your side if you would like.
Oh, well.
It opens again. You see Izzy's head pop out.
And
Oh, it's
Izzy's
just
in
that
the shop,
simple.
in the broken shop right now.
No. He is
Thank you,
definitely
Izzy.
not in the broken shop right now.
I don't know what
I'm
y'all
gonna
are waiting
push
for. Come on.
past.
Thank you,
I like
Izzy.
go under
Let's all
Izzy's
go
legs.
through.
You pop out through the door, and everyone is able to follow through, and you get through, and the door, as you turn behind you, the door closes, and there's actually no handle on this side. It's just a push door on this side, and it is the golden glass door that you saw earlier, Apollo.
Oh, open.
And you are now in this hallway. And there's this ginormous rug that looks like it's made out of glass. And there's a table with a vase on top of it. And then you look like you're inside of this ginormous glass building.
Did you say there was a face on the table?
Instead of vase.
That's what I thought. Thank you for
Yeah.
clarifying, because I had the exact same thought.
I mean, I
like,
was cool with there being a face on the table, but like, yeah.
Just waiting for the table to start saying, moisturize me.
Oh, no.
Are we? Where are we?
Are we here? Did we make it?
I believe we did.
And
I
the
believe
cat
this is the.
is on the other side of that, and it's at the end of the hallway.
I jump on it.
It's at the other end of the hallway. It's like
I run and jump
past
on
the
it.
rug. Okay, so
Yeah.
as soon as you run on top of the rug, hold on. I
Must
need
consult
you
notes.
to make me a. Actually, no, I have to roll in it.
Oh no.
Does a 19 hit you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so basically, you are grappled, you are restrained, blinded, and suffocating. And
Is this one of those rugs of smothering?
yes, and the rug like wraps you up and like rolls itself.
Apollo's going to run over on top of the Rugafred.
Rugged. So rugged.
And the rug in front of you is going to double Apollo, and it's going to try and do the same thing to you.
Ready.
Does a 20 hit you?
It does not.
Okay, so the rug is going to like wrap around your legs, but it's not really going to do too much.
And I'm going to dispel magic.
It is not. Wait, hold on. Actually, there's a thing in here. Go ahead and tell me your spell save DC.
My spell save DC is 15.
All right, it does not fall unconscious.
Well, Apollo's going to resort to the secondary tactic of punching it.
Great, perfect. Sounds like a plan. Before you do that, one moment, please. I must. So basically, you hear this loud thundering noise coming from down the hallway, and this large bear that looks like it's made out of metal and looks like it's holding a banjo comes like thudding down the hallway. And from the other side, because it's an L hallway, from the other side, this large metal chimera comes walking down the hallway.
Good for them. I'm ripping this rug apart.
Okay, cool. Go right ahead and attack.
Yep, I'm going to rip it.
Sure.
There's
I mean,
recklessly.
cool.
May I also try something from inside the rug?
You can absolutely try. You are grappled, but you can try.
That is a 19.
You go first, Apollo, and then I'll, if it doesn't, like, if I'm still in there, I'll try this. Otherwise, I'll save it.
So is a 19 enough to rip into this rug?
Absolutely, it is enough to attack. Go ahead and do damage to it.
We're going to just roll that there. It's a good old-fashioned 7.
7 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
If possible, I have 2 attacks per action, so I'm
Go
going
right
to keep trying
ahead.
to rip it. Oh, wait, recklessly. It's a 23 or a 25 for an additional
Both of those will
13.
hit. Okay. Great. It is not looking fantastic at all.
Well, let's make Apollo angry. We're just going to bonus action go full beast mode on this.
Absolutely. So go ahead, everybody go ahead and roll initiative. I mean, unless you're just going to let them beat you, but I sincerely doubt that.
What is that?
All right, Winifred got an 18. Zumael, what did you get?
Half of what Winifred got, 9.
Okay. Izzy got a 13, and Apollo, what did you get?
25.
Jeez. Okay.
Got a natural 20 on initiative.
Jeez. Nice. It is your turn.
So technically, when I entered rage, I rolled a 2, which means how close is the bear and the chimera?
They're probably 30 feet away.
Yeah, so I have to teleport.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna teleport in front of the bear.
Okay.
And I would have been from the last time when I first entered rage from last round.
Mm-hmm.
So since I'm in front of it, I'm going to okay, so I'm gonna do what any sane person would do, and I'm gonna use animating dance as I chuck my bed at the chimera from here.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're just gonna get this full-fledged reckless because that's the only way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 26 to hit with a flying bed.
Yes.
I still remember how much damage that was.
The DM. Yes.
Yeah. I've done that many times. Just yeah.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Plus double strength. Plus rage.
I don't know why I gave you that much damage, but I did. It was a decision.
The chimera will take 50 force damage from the yeeting of a bed.
Great. Cool. Yep, and that happened.
I needed to make a con save as the bardic inspiration triggers off of the bed mote of creation.
That is a 19.
So they will succeed. I don't think they take half on that one.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah. Yes, no, they don't take half. And
right.
then I will use my other attack action, since the first one was the throw. I'll use my second attack to punch the bear.
Uh-huh.
Recklessly, so it's the second roll. It's a 24 to punch.
Yep.
For 12 bludgeoning against the bear.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Fantastic. So it is actually not the rug and the other things' turns, but the metal things that came from down the hallway. And the chimera is going to breathe fire on both you and the bed. Apollo.
Ed, no.
The bed! No! Oh, God!
Our
It's almost as
DM
though
is like, I will get
Not the
rid of this
bed.
bed.
it's made of paper. It's made of wood and leaves. No.
Oh no.
Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
All right, so the bed has to make bed. Listen to me. Listen, bed. 22 for the bed.
Nice. Okay, so it will still take half of this.
Oh God. And Apollo gets this plus 3, 27.
Okay, so you're both gonna take half of 35 fire damage.
Half of 35 for my bed. How strong is my bed? My
I don't
bed's
know.
okay. Okay.
And then it is going to attack the bed with both its bite and claws because it has 3 attacks.
Bed. Sweet, sweet bed.
Bad.
So that is a 26 and a 15 to hit.
The 26 definitely hits the bed. Double checking the nope, not creation. Where's animating? Here we go. It's you said 15. 15 misses.
I rolled maximum damage on the 27. So that will be 16 piercing damage.
Oh,
As
it's-
it bites the bed.
the bed is looking raggedy.
Oh, no.
Okay, and then the bear is going to go after you.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense though.
And it's going to take
wish
its
that Winifred
banjo
was
and it's going to
watching this.
bash you on the head.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
I don't think a 21 will hit though, will it?
21 does hit,
Okay.
sadly.
10 damage, 10 bludgeoning damage.
And
By
bludgeoning-
banjo.
By banjo. 10 bludgeoning banjo damage.
Pow pow.
It is actually called a bashing banjo. But there's no G. It's just bash in.
Mm-hmm.
Apostrophe.
bashing
banjo.
Ow.
So that will mean that it is Winifred's turn.
Well, I am still.
Yes, it is you can make a strength saving throw to get out if you would like.
Yeah, I'll try that one first. I'm gonna make. Wait, that's gonna be my action, isn't it?
Correct.
Nope. I am going to use my. I can't use Misty Escape because I can't see anything right now, right? So.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to use my Fey Presence.
Mm-hmm.
If I can find it. There it is. My Fey Presence. So the rug needs to make a Wisdom savings throw, please.
Sure. Sure. How about a -3?
All this
I
talk
got-
of rugs and beds, man.
It got a 1 and then it has a -4. So
Oof.
that would be a -3 for its saving throw.
Welcome to IKEA.
Welcome to IKEA, magical death.
How can we
I
help
just,
you?
from the inside of the rug with my Fey Presence, I just kind of like pat it. I say,
Hey, if you let me out, I'll be your best friend.
and it is charmed by me.
It cannot be charmed.
No! No!
Winifred,
So,
you're
you
all
guys
over
just
the
hear-
right now.
You even do the mind trick wave as well.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I,
I am
rug
not the
laughs at
goblin
you.
you're looking for.
yeah, that's the end of my turn, I guess.
Yeah. Unfortunately it is.
Okay, cool.
For future reference, most constructs don't have brains and cannot be charmed.
Listen,
Winifred
you are 0 for
would
3
not
right
know
now.
this.
You keep this up.
You are 0 for 3 right now.
Winifred is very low intelligence.
That's okay.
But
We love her anyway.
it has the spirit. Really has the spirit.
um, okay. Izzy, it is your turn.
So, is there a position in this room where I could get both of our rug friends and our bear friend within 60 feet of me?
Oh yeah, you are within 30 feet of everything right now.
Oh, perfect. So, Izzy prepares to make a strike, but then remembers what was told to them earlier from about not wanting to kill creatures and things like that, and has this brief moment of just, fine, I'll let all my frustration out in another way. And Izzy is going to strum down on their axe, and his eyes are going to glow this white just to kind of make him have this absolutely intimidating presence. You will not belong here. You will only know fear. And I'm going to blast out a level 3 cause fear on these 3 objects, enemies, whatever you want to call them. They need to make wisdom saving throws or be frightened of me.
Is it only 3 creatures that can be done on? Or is
You
it a
awaken the sense of
range?
mortality. It's 3 creatures within range because I'm casting it at level 3.
Absolutely. Do you want both of the rugs and the bear? You could also get the chimera if you would prefer.
Oh, that's right. There are 4 targets. Well, I guess probably the bear, since that's the first thing I noticed, I imagine at this point. So let's say the bear and the 2 rugs.
Okay, cool. No worries. And which is charisma, you said?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, 3, 7. That is a 15, though.
All 3 of them fail.
Okay. Great.
So on a fail, they are all now frightened of me. And yeah, they're just frightened of me. That's all it says. So whatever the frightened effect is, which I imagine means that they just need to try to get away from me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make them frightened of the bed so I can be free. Oh my
That was
God.
kind of the idea, but you know.
They cannot move closer to you and have disadvantage on attacks while they can see you. So,
Great. Not knowing whether or not my spell had its intended effect, Izzy is going to charge forward, just looking like this psychotic, just menacing presence.
Okay.
Ah.
So while you are charging forward, the next thing is going to take its turn.
Yep.
The rug is going to try and attack you at disadvantage. I do not think a 11 will hit you.
It will not.
Okay. However, will a 19 hit you?
Alas, it will.
Okay. The table comes running at you.
The table?
Yes.
What's it?
It doesn't have a face.
This is killer IKEA.
No, the vase falls off of it and shatters on the floor.
The vase falls off of it and reveals a face. Oh no.
Yeah, when
Good
it shatters,
idea.
the face is just like, oh, just shocked and put in pieces.
Oh, that is minimum damage though. So that's 6 bludgeoning damage. And it just like runs into you.
If I ever enter IKEA again, I will punch all the furniture.
All right.
And I will intimidate all the furniture.
Zubael, it is your turn.
Well, this isn't something I'm not encouraged when you do go to IKEA. Is there a way that I could position a wall of fire so that it would only affect Chimera and the bear, but not Apollo on the bed? So, like, the wall is about 5 feet thick, so I could get them. So, like, if Apollo and the bear are sort of positioned in front, I could sort of get it sort of like this way.
You could place it on top of the bear and the chimera.
That'll do. I will turn my hand forth and say a quiet prayer that I am the bulwark against darkness, and right, yeah, a tall cascade of yellow flames like the sun will wrap around these creatures.
Okay.
They
Sure,
need to
go
make
ahead.
they need to make dexterity saving throws.
Cool. Both of them fail miserably.
Okay, cool. So that's how you know it's good when you don't even need to tell you people what the DC is. Okay, so they take
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I don't think that a 4 and a 6 will make it. So
they take 17 fire, both of them.
okay, the bear falls to the floor.
Okay.
And is melted on the ground. Okay, all right,
Say melted.
on the
The
ground.
bear melted.
Yes.
Melted bears.
Okay.
All
Back to the top, Apollo.
right. I'm going to use a bardic inspiration on my bed. No, we're gonna use bonus action to the top. I forgot I can teleport because that's the rage feature that I have to teleport over and use it for the button to shrink my bed into my pocket.
Cool, great.
Like a Pokemon trainer, I'm recalling my bed.
It shrinks it, but it is still on the other side. Unless you shrink it previous to teleporting.
No, I want to teleport next to it to shrink it into my pocket.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use my action to start punching the Chimera while it's in the fire.
Perfect. Go right ahead.
Fire punch, recklessly. First one is a 21 to hit.
Absolutely.
And we'll just roll the second one and then roll damage. And second one is a 23.
So 23 to hit or 23 damage?
23 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that's absolutely it.
So the first one is 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the second one is 12 bludgeoning damage for a total of 22.
You knock the Chimera out.
And then I'm going to use my movement speed to run up to this table.
Okay.
And jump on it if possible.
Absolutely, you can.
Yep, and I will be on top of this table.
You are now on top of the table.
And that'll be it for me.
Okay. So that means it is Winifred's turn.
I get very angry that this rug did not let me charm it. And I go,
Fine then. I have it your way. I'll just eat you.
and I'm going to activate Primal Savagery. I go for really long fangs, really long claws, and I just start ripping into the rug. If I'm
Okay.
able to, can I can I move my hands enough to just start like cutting into it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Ooh,
Solid
that's a
creatures.
26 to hit.
Yes.
That is going to be, and I'm gonna okay. So that is 12, but I also get Fury of the Small. I assume this rug is bigger than me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's
It counts as a
actually
large, so
23 damage.
you did exactly the amount of damage you needed to kill this thing. So
Just
the
rip it
rug,
apart.
the rug is now shredded on the ground.
And I pick up the pieces and start eating it, like I promised.
It is not turkey.
I picture the silhouette of when Stitch came out and was standing on the pile of the wreckage is what I'm picturing right now.
Oh yeah, with like my fire in the backdrop.
Yes.
Ironically enough, I've never seen that movie, so
We'll send you the gif of that moment later.
okay. So the only thing that is left is the table now. So Izzy, would you like to attack the table?
Oh, you know it. So we are going to go, and the table had the audacity to not be frightened of me. So we are going to focus our gaze directly on them, concentrate our energy through our gloves, which is going to set our axe ablaze. And our axe is going to catch a flame. We're going to start strumming again, strumming until we are just at supersonic speed, and the axe is going to get lifted overhead and come down on the table with a boom.
Okay.
That will be a 17 to hit.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Where are my dice? Here are my dice. I cannot find things. So that will be 6 thunder damage, and they are going to be engulfed in booming energy. And if they move 5 feet within their turn, they'll take an additional d8
Great.
plus an additional 5 fire damage.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Zumael, it is your turn.
I'll let the holy fire slowly dip away. I see efforts going towards this animate table now, and I have to wonder about my action choices.
I'm fireproof.
Okay, I'm surprised they, like, for a party of bards, this hasn't come up sooner. But I will look down at the table and say, terrible craftsmanship, and cast vicious mockery on the table.
Great.
Terrible, terrible craftsmanship.
So wisdom saving throw
Yep,
is a 11.
that will do. No, 15. That will not do.
Okay.
So it takes 3d4 because you put us to a level 11 for some reason. And yep, 3d4 psychic and has disadvantage on its next attack. Poor thing.
Correct.
6 psychic to the table.
Okay. Sounds good. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that is that. I'll sort of like move closer to it so I can be like closer to the other guys. But yeah, that's my turn.
For sure. Fantastic. Okay, that means we are back to the top of Apollo.
How close is it to a wall?
Very close to the wall.
So, how high can Apollo get if Apollo jumped on the wall and kicked off the wall to get even higher? Actually, how tall is this room?
It's like 30 feet high. You could probably get like 20 feet.
So Apollo wants to jump off a wall, get in the air, and try to elbow drop this table.
Sure. Why not?
Recklessly, because obviously that's the only way you can do that when you're a high flyer. That is a 22 to hit.
Yes. Absolutely.
So I get to add the 2d6 for fall damage too?
Of course.
All right, so that's going to be 6 plus 11, that's 17 plus 2, 19 elbow drop damage.
You elbow dropped this table. It is dropped, quite literally. It is no longer animated.
That's what I call the people's elbow.
All right. So everything is no longer animated or no longer alive in this hallway, and the cat kind of walks over to you, Winifred.
I grab it.
Meow.
Don't run away again.
Into the bag.
And there is another door at the end of this hallway.
If we're already friends, we can advance.
I'm sensing a trend with these doors, and the only way forward seems to be through them.
Apollo has to do something to maintain their rage. So Apollo is going to run forward and smack himself in the face and run through the door.
Okay, bye.
That's the spirit.
I got to take damage or attack something to stay enraged, unless I can hit the wall and that counts. So
You can hit the wall and that counts.
So Apollo is going to run and jump off the wall like a cat having zoomies through the door.
So you run through the door, and the first thing you see is the most colorless world you have ever seen. Everything is gray. Everything that the people around you are wearing is gray. There are lots of people around here, creatures, beings here. All of them are colorless, and all of them have a mirror in front of their face. and aren't paying attention to anyone else. Sometimes they'll bump into another person and they won't even notice it.
Do any of the rest of us see this?
All of the rest of you will see this as soon as you walk through the door.
Is there anything grabbable, like small items?
There is absolutely grabbable things around. However, that is where the adventure will end.
Fair. That's fair.
We have arrived.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone who has been watching. I know we went over a few minutes, but let's let my players outro themselves, tell you where you can find them, and thank you so much to everyone who's been watching. We will start with Adam again.
Hello, yes, my name's Adam. You can find me on Twitter at IsItTinkerer and a lot of other places at IsItTinkerer as well. Magic references. I write for the Apotheosis Studios blog covering extra monster stat blocks, new spells, adventure options. I just put up a post today about Artificer Tin Dragons, which I think would be a lot of fun. I also write various PC and tabletop gaming reviews on .gg and my own website, Fantastic Universes, putting out also a few podcasts a month on that platform, and I review DC Comics on Dark Knight News. I am very busy.
Very sounds like it. Thank you so much for playing.
Happy to be here. Love
it. Eddie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Eddie. You can find me on all the social medias at Discount Bard. I'm an actor performer and also a Twitch streamer. You can find me on Twitch at the same handle at Discount Bard, where I do variety video game content and slowly working my way towards possibly DMing some games as well.
Yeah, fun. That's super exciting. Casual.
Casual Campbell. You can find me on all social media at casual_Campbell. You can find me on my Twitch, specifically Casual Campbell, variety streaming, D&D, and you can follow me on that to keep update with my Deep Breath TTRPG as I release my anime shonen experience for your 5e table that is compatible with your table, or you can play in the homebrew world that I have built for that. So follow and stay tuned for that. Next month is new releases that will be coming out for playtest.
And it is very exciting.
Yay.
And last but certainly not the least, Beth the Bard.
Hello, I am Beth the Bard everywhere at It's Beth the Bard. I'm a professional dungeon master, and I'm also running a show here on Gilding Light called She is the Ancient, a gender-bent Curse of Strahd. It runs on Tuesdays now from 5 to 7 Pacific time. And yeah, it's we had our first show last night and it was really fun, even though we had tech issues. It was like, it just went really well. So yeah, you should come check that out too.
Yes, absolutely. Especially since Casual and I are part of it.
Yes, they are 50% of my players in the show.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. I have been your dungeon master. My name is Fenway Jones, also known as Fenway the Teen DM on Twitter and at Jasper's Game Day on all of the social medias. I do lots of things, mostly dungeon mastering and playing. I really enjoy it, and if you ever need an extra player for one of your games, let me know. And also, keep your ears open if you're interested in becoming an ambassador for Jasper's Game Day, which is the charity I run. You can find out more about us on jaspersgameday.com. So thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, DC, for producing all of this. They are amazing, and thank you so much.
Bye.